My father was a young man when I first knew him. I hardly saw him when I was growing up. He rose before me every day and returned home long after I'd gone to bed. I remember our house as being quiet and empty. Except for those Saturday nights when the card players invaded. They were Ike and Harry, two brothers who argued over everything.
25 cents.
You need to put in an ante.
I put in an ante.
I didn't see you.
And Magda with her constant Pall Malls.
Willie Mays is the best center fielder in New York.
Like me, my mother watched these games from the outside. She would bustle back and forth from the kitchen, but never sat down at the table.
What are you talking, Willie Mays? If Mickey Mantle had Willie Mays' legs, he'd be the best center fielder in New York.
But he doesn't have Willie Mays' legs. Willie Mays has got his own legs. That is why he is the best.
Don't talk to him, Mike. He's gonna aggravate you.
I'm telling you, Mickey Mantle.
Elvis like Duke Snyder.
Oh, another count he heard from.
Bernice, where you been?
Hold your horses, Magda. I brought Stornichkas.
Louis, give Bernice a kiss.
Don't embarrass the boy. What a zisapunem. I could eat him up. What? You started without me.
We couldn't wait anymore.
I told you 100 times, Harry, it is stupid to go for an inside straight.
Don't tell him my cards. Give me one.
Ah, what I tell you.
Shut! I was gonna bluff them.
You can still bluff them. They wouldn't believe you anyway. What are these, store-bought? Bring the Stornichkas, they're still warm.
Maybe some of us want store-bought.
Do you want store-bought?
I have to make up my mind.
When you make up your mind, I'll bring them back. Make me a place.
Counting again?
I'm not counting.
I see you counting.
It's my telephone number from Europe. Look at that head of hair. He's a blondie, just like David Proshker.
David was even lighter. You knew him?
Why shouldn't Magda know him? They were both from Yanev.
I remember him good. He was the baker's son.
He was an educated man even before the war. He comes from a family, the finest people.
Jacob was in lager with David.
In lager and after the war. We escaped together.
What did you escape?
I didn't escape anything.
You shouldn't know from it, Louis.
Don't you have a photograph of David Proshker?
I used, but I think I lost it.
How could you lose a picture?
I put it someplace. I can't remember.
It's in the shoebox.
That's what I can't find.
You'd lose your head if it wasn't on your shoulders.
It's not in there.
He was a beautiful boy, Louis. Blonde, black eyes, just like you.
David saved my life. I wouldn't be here without him. Don't touch.
You see, Harry, I told you it was a Studebaker.
That's not a Studebaker. It's a Plymouth.
Isn't this David Proshker?
Let me see. Here.
He was a beautiful boy. This was when, 44?
45 in Lodge, September.
He was killed in July.
It was September.
I heard July.
You heard July, but it was September.
It was the Russians that killed him after the war.
What are you talking, the Russians? It was in Polak. I was there.
Did you see him, this Polak?
I didn't see anybody.
Well, how do you know it wasn't a Russian?
If it was a Russian, then why was he in a tree?
When was this picture?
I told you, September. Not 5 minutes, maybe 10. We took the picture and we were walking back to David's wagon when a bullet came out of the trees.
What are you saying, 5 minutes?
I should leave so. Louis, put that down.
I want to see.
There's nothing to see. Now go to bed.
Let him stay.
Are you the father or am I?
Come on, Louis.
The boy shouldn't know.
Someday he's gonna find out.
Not today. What's wrong about it?
I suffered from severe stomach pains all through my childhood. They came and went for apparently no reason. And nothing helped except the touch of my mother's hand on my belly.
Am I going to die?
No, don't be silly. You're not gonna die.
Never?
Someday. Everybody dies.
When?
Nobody knows.
How did David Proshker save Daddy's life?
Does this hurt?
No.
And here? When you have this pain, how does it feel?
It hurts.
It's the boy's imagination. He is too sensitive.
You know your father loves you.
I know.
There were lots of kids living in our neighborhood, and I loved visiting their homes. They had fathers also, but most of them were American, like Mr. DiGiorgio.
Recitar mentre presso dell'alario non sorpir quel che faccio e quel che faccio e per duo po forse ti bah sei tu forse uno.
Tony, leave the kids alone.
Tu sei pagliaccio. Ridi pagliaccio. Sol tuo amore franto. Ridi del duol che tal velena.
On Sundays, my father worked in the garden trying to grow vegetables. He was less than successful. When the corn, tomatoes, and radishes all conspired against him, he decided to grow pear trees instead.
Louis, come on!
Where are you going?
To play ball.
Again with the playing. When are you going to be a man?
Leave the boy alone. You hit the touchdown, Louis.
Okay.
What do you want with pear trees? You buy a pear. It costs you 20 cents. What do you want the aggravation?
Am I asking your opinion?
These aren't trees, they're twigs. And it's gonna die. If it should grow 10 years, you're not getting pears.
When did you become the expert?
I know trees.
You know Bubkas.
Why does your dad talk so funny? I don't know. Is he a foreigner? I guess. But your mom is normal, right? Yeah. He sounds like a foreigner. Louis, when are you going to be a man? You'll hit a touchdown, Louis.
The pains in my stomach continued to get worse. Our family doctor couldn't find anything wrong, so he sent us to a specialist. The long drives into the city were very difficult. My father's silence sucked the air out of me.
We can make another appointment if you'd like, but there's really no need. It's just a nervous stomach.
Louis, come on.
How did David Proshker save your life?
Who knows? Where is your couple? Rose, you found the time?
Hold your horses.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Jake, stop!
Are you crazy? What are you doing?
Stop! You're hurting him!
I'm going to kill him!
Not in this house!
I am the father!
You are the father, but you don't touch him. Look. Look, Jake, it's gone. It's all right, Jake.
My father lined up his 6 sons one by one every Shabbos, and we marched behind him without a peep, and he didn't have to wait for us.
Louie! Louie! He had a touchdown, Louie.
Sha?
משמרון ישראל את השבוס, נעשו את השבוס, ודורי שם סוילם. אין יהיו בני
Old people smell funny. He wasn't very good in Hebrew school. I think it was the Nazis that make him religious. In the camp in Mektalis, he used potato peels to paint on his stripes. He said he wanted to be buried in it. Why don't you wake him?
Do you want me to fix you something to eat?
A little something later.
I think it was Nazis that make him religious. In the camp, you make tallis. Use potato peel to paint on the stripes. Said he wanted to be buried in it.
Go back inside!
No! Where are your brothers?
My brothers?
You said your father had 6 sons. Where are they now?
3 died in concentration camp, 1 in the woods, and 1 jumping off of a train.
Oh.